हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय चैनल एक्सप्लेन मैथ्स। तो आज के इस वीडियो में मैंने चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट एंड पेडागोजी के क्वेश्चंस को कवर किया है और ये जो भी क्वेश्चंस हैं सीडीपी के वो जो फेमस साइकोलॉजिस्ट हैं उन्हीं के बेसिस पे हैं। और आप देखिए होंगे कि हर एक बार सीटेट एग्जाम में एटलीस्ट 8 to 10 क्वेश्चंस इन्हीं के बेसिस पे आते हैं। तो अगर आप ये वीडियो अगर पूरी शुरू से अंत तक देख लें तो वो 8 से 10 क्वेश्चन जो हमेशा आते हैं वो तो आप पक्का कर लोगे, 100% गारंटी है। और इसमें मैंने जो क्वेश्चंस कवर किया है वो जीन पियाजे, वाइगोत्स्की, गार्डनर और कोलबर्ग के क्वेश्चंस को मैंने सारे को डिटेल में कवर किया है और मैंने थोड़े से थ्योरेटिकल पार्ट भी यहाँ पे बताया है। तो आप वीडियो को अंत तक जरूर देखें और अगर आपको कुछ भी डाउट है तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में मुझे लिख सकते हैं। तो चलिए वीडियो को शुरू करते हैं। जो जीन पियाजे हैं, ही इज अ स्विस psychologist known for his work on child development, and Piaget's theory of cognitive development are together called genetic epistemology। और इन्होंने क्या किया है ना कि इनका जो थ्योरी है वो इन्होंने डिवाइड कर दिया है 4 स्टेजेस में। जैसे बर्थ टू 2 years, infants learn through senses and motor actions, key achievement is object permanence। प्री ऑपरेशनल स्टेज जो कि 2 to 7 years है, चिल्ड्रन डेवलप सिंबॉलिक थॉट बट थिंकिंग इज ऑफन इगोसेंट्रिक एंड प्री लॉजिकल। मैंने यहाँ पे सबका मीनिंग भी दिया है ताकि, क्योंकि एग्जाम में ना कभी कभी मीनिंग भी पूछते हैं। कॉन्क्रीट ऑपरेशनल 7 to 11 years, थिंकिंग बिकम्स लॉजिकल फॉर कॉन्क्रीट इवेंट, चिल्ड्रन ग्रास्प कॉन्सेप्ट लाइक कंजर्वेशन एंड बिकम लेस इगोसेंट्रिक। और जो लास्ट स्टेज है फॉर्मल ऑपरेशनल 12+ years का होता है, एडोलेसेंट एंड एडल्ट्स डेवलप द कैपेसिटी फॉर एब्स्ट्रैक्ट थिंकिंग। फिर ये है लेव वाइगोत्स्की। He is a Russian psychologist and a teacher who developed a theory about how our social interaction influence our cognitive development। तो जहां भी आप कीवर्ड देखें जो कि सोशल और कल्चर से रिलेटेड है, ये वाइगोत्स्की का ही दिया हुआ है। In his theory asserts that a child's cognitive development and learning ability can be guided and mediated by their social interaction. His theory is also called socio-cultural theory, and it states that a learning is a crucially social process as opposed to be an independent journey of discovery। फिर उन्होंने कहा है कि चिल्ड्रन इंटरनलाइज एंड लर्न फ्रॉम द बिलीफ एंड एटीट्यूड दैट दे विटनेस अराउंड देम। ही बिलीव दैट कल्चर प्लेड एन इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन शेपिंग cognitive development and therefore that this development varied across cultures। और इन्होंने लैंग्वेज को भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस दिया है। He stressed the importance of language as the root of all learning। The zone of proximal development is a core concept that defines the space between a learner's actual development level and their potential development level। More knowledgeable other, MKO शॉर्ट में बोलते हैं। Learning within the ZPD requires interaction with an MKO someone। MKO मतलब जो आपसे ज्यादा नॉलेजेबल है उनसे इंटरेक्शन, लाइक किसी बच्चे का एडल्ट से, टीचर से और किसी भी थोड़े बड़े बच्चे से इंटरेक्शन, हु हैज अ बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग और हायर एबिलिटी रिगार्डिंग द टास्क। Scaffolding, this is the support mechanism provided by the MKO to help the learner complete task with their ZPD। जैसे कि टीचर है, अगर कोई बच्चा कुछ आंसर नहीं दे रहा तो उसको कुछ हिंट देना, ये सब स्कैफोल्डिंग के अंदर आता है। Language, Vygotsky believe language is the primary tool for cognitive development and not a byproduct of it। Private speech is seen as transitional stage where children use language of self-regulate and guide their own thinking and problem solving। ये सारा कुछ ना वाइगोत्स्की के ही दिए हुए, तो ये सब कीवर्ड्स आपको मालूम होने चाहिए। Next is Howard Gardner। Howard Gardner theory of multiple intelligence proposed in 1983 argues that intelligence is not a single or general ability but rather distinct independent modalities, originally seven, later expanded to 8, representing unique cognitive strength। These include linguistic, logical, mathematical, spatial, bodily, kinesthetic, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal and naturalistic intelligence। अभी सबको मैं एक एक करके बताऊंगी। तो ये 8 थ्योरी ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस है जो कि हॉवर्ड गार्डनर ने दिया है। लिंग्विस्टिक वर्बल मतलब जो बोलने में बहुत ही स्मार्ट है, ये उनके लिए है। लॉजिकल मैथमेटिकल कैपेसिटी टू एनालाइज प्रॉब्लम्स लॉजिकली एंड हु कैन इजीली कैरी आउट एनी मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशन। विजुअल स्पेशियल ability to recognize and manipulate large scale and fine grained spatial images। Bodily kinesthetic potential to use one's whole body or parts of the body to solve problem or fashion products like athletics जो होते हैं। Musical rhythmic skill in performance composition and appreciation of musical patterns। interpersonal understanding and interacting effectively with others, intrapersonal understanding oneself, one's emotions and motivations, naturalistic recognizing, categorizing and understanding features of the environment. तो ये सारे का आपको मीनिंग मालूम होना चाहिए. Next is Kohlberg. Kohlberg theory is broken down into three primary levels and each level there are two stages. तो पहला है pre-conventional morality 0 to 9 years और stage 1 is obedience and punishment, stage 2 is individualism and exchange. दूसरा है conventional morality early adolescent to adulthood, stage 3 developing good interpersonal relationship and stage 4 is maintaining social order. फिर है post conventional morality some adults, stage 5 social contract and individual rights, stage 6 is universal principles. Charles Spearman, two-factor theory of intelligence. He has given two-factor theory. Spearman is best known for proposing that intelligence is composed of two factors. General intelligence, उसको short में G factor बोलते हैं. A single broad underlying mental capacity that influences performance on virtually all cognitive tasks such as reasoning, problem solving and abstract thinking. He described it as a form of mental energy. Specific abilities, S factor, abilities that are specific to a particular task or domain such as musical talent, mathematical skills or verbal ability. तो अब क्वेश्चन शुरू करते हैं. जीन पियागेट perceived dash to be dash whereas Lev Vygotsky believes dash to be dash. तो इसका आंसर है हमारा आंसर 3 egocentric speech, a sign of cognitive immaturity, private speech, effective in self regulation. तो यहाँ पे मैंने थोड़ा सा नोट्स भी दिया है. जीन पियाजे perceived egocentric speech to be a sign of cognitive immaturity, whereas Lev Vygotsky, in contrast, believed that when he termed private speech was effective in self-regulation. While proposing the relationship between language and thinking process, Lev Vygotsky conceptualized language as a cultural tool which facilitates cognition in multiple ways. Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence proposes that intelligence can be measured accurately and predicted precisely. Intelligence can successfully predict academic success. Intelligence changes over time and intelligence is primarily inherited. तो इसका जो आंसर है वो है ऑप्शन 3. According to him, intelligence is not a single fixed or inherited trait measured by a narrow IQ test, but rather a combination of at least 8 distinct evolving and trainable abilities. Following Lev Vygotsky ideas, a teacher should encourage students to compete with each other, practice reciprocal teaching with her students, discourage the use of cultural tool and disseminate the knowledge to be memorized by the students. तो इसका जो आंसर है वो है ऑप्शन 2. Practice reciprocal teaching with her students. And this method involves teacher and student collaboratively learning to improve reading comprehension by taking turns leading discussion and using strategies such as summarizing, questioning, clarifying and predicting. Lev Vygotsky views cognitive development as a collaborative process. Which of the following statement about Lawrence Kohlberg theory is correct? It presents conflicting situation to children. It takes into account effects of culture and gender on moral reasoning. It does not specify exact stages for progression of moral development. And it is based on the study done through experimental method. तो इसका जो आंसर है वो ऑप्शन 1. It presents conflicting situation to children. The theory is known for using moral dilemma to study how children justify their decisions. This dilemma is present conflicting situation that requires children to reflect and explain their reasoning. Next is question 7. As per Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development, 4 options दिया है. इसमें से कौन सा सही है वो find out करना है. तो आंसर है learning experiences depend on children's current level of cognitive functioning. इसीलिए इन्होंने जीन पियागेट का थ्योरी देखे तो इन्होंने 4 स्टेज में उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया है. A teacher believing in Vygotsky's social cultural theory should discourage interaction and dialogue among students, provide appropriate scaffolding to students as and when required, offer rewards and punishment, and enable students to form association between stimulus and response. तो इसका जो आंसर होगा वो है ऑप्शन 2, जो कि scaffolding जो है इसका एक कीवर्ड है Vygotsky का. In Lev Vygotsky theory, knowledge is co-constructed by the child and the adult. That's the zone of proximal development. Within the zone of proximal development. Read the following statement and choose the correct option. Assertion. Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky differ in their perspective on the influence of language on cognitive development in children. Reason is in discovery learning, teacher provides opportunity and student derive information for themselves. तो चलिए assertion reason को एक एक करके देखते हैं. Assertion is true because Piaget believed that thought precedes language. Language is a result or a reflection of cognitive development. And Vygotsky believed that language is a powerful cultural tool that facilitates and shapes their thought. Reason is in discovery learning, teacher provides opportunity. This is also true because discovery learning is a student-centered approach where the educator facilitates the learning process by providing resources and scenarios. तो इसका जो आंसर है वो ऑप्शन 2 है. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation. Question number 10. Vygotsky believed that development results directly from social interaction. जहां भी social और cultural keyword है वो Vygotsky का है. According to Piaget, the four qualitative different stages vary vastly across the various cultures, illustrate that children's minds are miniature adult minds, are dependent on the genetic code, and represent universal pattern of development of children. तो इसका जो आंसर है वो ऑप्शन 4 है. Which of the following is a limitation of Piaget's theory of cognitive development? It overemphasizes the role of language. It does not account for individual difference. It does not account for the role of biological factor, and it does not account for influence of culture and social factor on cognitive development. तो इसका जो आंसर है वो है ऑप्शन 4, क्योंकि ये जो सोशल और कल्चर है वो तो वाइगोस्की का है. And this is a major limitation of Piaget theory. Who among the following critiqued the concept of general intelligence and proposed an alternate theory of intelligence? तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन 2, हॉवर्ड गार्डनर. Lawrence Kohlberg's theory has been critiqued by Coral Gilligan for ignoring gender difference in moral reasoning, not applying quantitative method, presenting a stage theory, or collecting data by means of real life situation. तो पहले देखते हैं कि ये है कौन. Carol is a prominent psychologist and former student or research assistant of Kohlberg. He critiqued his theory of moral development primarily for being a male biased and ignoring the different ways men and women reason morally. So इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन 1. According to Jean Piaget theory of cognitive development, at which stage can most children organize things, objects into categories? तो इसका आंसर है concrete operational stage. In accordance of Jean Piaget theory of cognitive development, which of the following concepts should be taught to children in the age 3 to 6 years? The answer है symbolic representation, option 3. तो आप देख रहे होंगे कि मैं बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस इसमें कवर कर रही हूँ, और अगर आप देखें तो इससे ज्यादा आपको क्वेश्चन इसी में से क्वेश्चंस रहेंगे कुछ, बट केवल यही होगा कि उनका जो वे होगा पूछने का वो थोड़ा डिफरेंट होगा. Question number 17. According to Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development, at which stage can most children organize things, objects into categories? तो इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन 3, concrete operational stage. Dash was used by Jean Piaget to describe cognitive mental concept. So इसका आंसर है आंसर 3, schema. Schema keyword is for Jean Piaget. Piaget used schemas for mental structure, which are the building blocks of thinking. As according to Piaget, schemas are mental representation of how information is organized and interpreted. Schema refer to a small packet of information. Select the correct match of the theorist and the idea proposed by him. Lev Vygotsky cultural tool. ये तो correct है. Which of the following is a classroom implication arising from Lev Vygotsky theory? तो इसका जो आंसर है ऑप्शन 1, टीचर शुड हेल्प द चिल्ड्रन वेयरिंग द लेवल एंड अमाउंट ऑफ देयर सपोर्ट विच इज नोन एज स्कैफोल्डिंग. According to Vygotsky, which of the following would enable children to progress in the zone of proximal development? Answer 1, scaffolding. Howard Gardner critiques the conventional thinking of intelligence as a fixed trait. Which of the following is not one among his 8 types of intelligence? So option 2, creative intelligence is not under that. According to Jean Piaget theory of cognitive development, at which stage children thinking becomes scientific? तो ये है ऑप्शन 4, फॉर्मल ऑपरेशनल स्टेज, क्योंकि उसी स्टेज में वो साइंटिफिक प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग भी करते हैं. जीन पियागेट गेव इम्पोर्टेंस टू डैश इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ लर्निंग. तो इसका आंसर है बायोलॉजिकल मैचुरेशन. इसीलिए उनका जो कॉग्निटिव स्टेज है वो 4 स्टेजेस में है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन देयर एज. To enhance cognitive development among students, Lev Vygotsky advocated for assisted learning. Ashima is popular among her friends for her high ability to read the moods and motivations of others. As per Howard Gardner theory of multiple intelligence, Ashima has higher level of dash intelligence. तो इसका आंसर होगा ऑप्शन 1, interpersonal intelligence. According to Jean Piaget, which of the following is necessary for learning? Reinforcement and punishment, active explanation, observation and imitation, language development, which facilitates social interaction. इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन 2, active explanation by the learner. Choose the correctly matched pair of stage and its characteristic as proposed by Jean Piaget. Sensory motor engagement and mental manipulation, pre-operational development of object permanence, concrete operational capable of operation but not abstraction, formal operation unable to mentally reverse action. तो इसका जो आंसर होगा ऑप्शन सी, थर्ड एंड फोर्थ. According to Jean Piaget, at which stage does a child develop hypothetical deductive reasoning and scientific thinking? तो ये तो लास्ट स्टेज है, formal operational stage. According to Jean Piaget's theory, the process by which cognitive structure is modified is called as accommodation. A child is shown a 3D model of 3 mountains. Another person is looking at the model from a different position. The child is asked to depict the other person's view of the model but is unable to do so correctly. According to Jean Piaget, this illustrates the egocentrism. Egocentrism is inability of a child to see the situation with the perception of others. मैंने सारा का मीनिंग भी बताया है. Animism is the ability which the child thinks that inanimate or non-living object have life and feelings and intentions like a person. Which theory is associated with the stages of cognitive development? So, you have option B. The concept of zone of proximal development refers to difference between what a learner can do alone and with a assistance. So, option 3. According to Vygotsky, cognitive development is primarily due to maturation, reinforcement, social interaction, trial and error. Again, keyword is social interaction. So, option C. Thought not only determines the language but also precedes it. This idea was set forth by Vygotsky. Which theory best describes the Heinz dilemma and moral reasoning stages? Answer C. Kohlberg's theory. When a teacher helps student by giving clues and gradually reducing help, it is called scaffolding. Answer C. In Kohlberg's stage, a child obeys rules mainly to avoid punishment. This is a part of pre-conventional level. Zone of proximal development is the area between a child's current level of independent performance and the level of performance that the child could achieve with the help of adult and more skilled peers. So option 1 is the correct. According to Jean Piaget, children in formal operational stage are capable of hypothetical deductive reasoning and propositional thought, are bound by centration and irreversible of thought, can't conserve, classify and select, begin to engage in make-believe and symbolic play. So answer is one option first. At which stage of Lawrence Kohlberg theory of moral development do individuals believe that actively maintaining the current social system ensures positive human relationship and social order? The answer is 2, the social order maintaining orientation. Which of the following is correctly matched pair of intelligence and end state performance possibilities as per Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence? Spatial is linked with architect, designers or navigators. It is not therapist. Intrapersonal is self-understanding and linguistic is writer, poet or speaker who is good in speaking. So answer is option 4, bodily kinesthetic is athlete, dancer or surgeon. So answer is option 4. According to Lev Vygotsky, language plays an important role in cognitive development of children. Children learn language through a language acquisition device. Children cognitive development occur in stages. Maturation of schemas leads to cognitive development in children. So इसका आंसर है ऑप्शन 1. जहाँ भी schema है and different stage of cognitive development, these all are Piaget. According to which theorist, cultural tool plays an important role in cognitive development? So answer is option 1. Which of the following theorists propose that children's thinking is qualitatively different from that of adults? So answer 1, Jean Piaget. After observing that students are struggling to proceed further on an ongoing activity, a teacher decides to provide clues and hints in form of what, why, how. According to Lev Vygotsky theory, this strategy of teacher will be act as a scaffold for learning. Option 2. According to Lawrence Kohlberg theory, performing an act and doing something because others approve it represent dash stage of morality. This is conventional stage. ऑप्शन 2. Lev Vygotsky's socio-cultural perspective of learning emphasizes importance of dash in the learning process. Cultural tools. Option 1. In his theory of cognitive development, Jean Piaget explains cognitive structure in terms of schemas. Option 4. Pre-operational stage and Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development characterizes centration in thought. During a task, Saina is talking to herself about ways she can proceed on the task. According to Lev Vygotsky, ideas on language and thought, this kind of private speech is a sign of self-regulation. Option 2. तो आप देखिए इस वीडियो में मैंने 51 क्वेश्चंस कवर किए हैं और ये सारे क्वेश्चन जो फेमस साइकोलॉजिस्ट हैं उन्हीं पे था और हर एक एग्जाम में 8 to 10 क्वेश्चंस तो इनसे पूछे ही जाते हैं। तो अगर आप ये वीडियो को अंत तक देखेंगे तो आप जरूर वो सारे क्वेश्चंस का आंसर कर पाएंगे क्योंकि मैंने इसमें बहुत सारे थ्योरेटिकल थिंग्स भी बताए हैं, कीवर्ड्स भी बताए हैं जो आपको मालूम होना चाहिए। तो आपको अगर मेरा वीडियो अच्छा लग रहा है तो इसको जरूर से जरूर लाइक करें, शेयर करें और अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ भी शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और मेरे वीडियो को हाइप पॉइंट्स जरूर दें ताकि मेरा वीडियो बहुत लोगों को दिख सके। तो आज के लिए इतना ही। थैंक यू।